Kathleen Madigan.
Howdy, guys.
Dow Jones columnist and economist. How are you?
I am fine, and you're right, the ADP, they say we created, private sector created 170,000 jobs in January, which was right on expectations. And but it is slower than December.
Right.
And it certainly is not going to make anyone change.
But is that
their
a surprise? I mean,
Yeah.
seasonality in the numbers you'd expect to see. January, you'll get layoffs from retailers. You'll get layoffs from the likes of FedEx and UPS. So,
Yeah, but the retail is definitely captured in the seasonal factors. I do wonder if the FedEx, because and all the delivery companies, that might not be captured yet, because online shopping for the holidays is still a new phenomenon, and the seasonal factors go back 5
and
to 7 years.
gift cards are a big part of the the retailing story these days,
Yeah.
and people are using gift cards throughout the month of January. If
Right,
you receive
right,
one
and
for,
beyond.
as a holiday gift, you're still using it.
But
Right,
I mean,
yeah.
let's look at this. So ADP says 170,000
Yeah.
private sector jobs. We know that the ADP numbers don't really match up well with what we're going to get on Friday from the BLS. We know that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. In fact, the Credit Suisse guys noted that it has overshot the BLS's number, an average of 62,000 for the last 3 months. So,
Right. Right. December last month they came in very strong.
Yeah.
Got a little rally going. Everyone got excited, you know.
Right.
But then Friday the number came out and it was much lower.
Yeah,
Still
I
a decent number, but much lower.
I actually think the positive in that is that now expectations aren't building for Friday's number. Our
Good point.
consensus is 125, which is not great, and it really is not strong enough to do much with the unemployment rate.
Right.
But
And there's a rub. Is the focus on Friday going to be on the job creation number or on the unemployment rate? If we get another surprise on the unemployment rate, certainly with the election, looming, I think that number is going to be critical.
yeah, you're right. For the political reasons, I mean, economists don't really look at the unemployment rate too much because it's a lagging indicator.
Plus, they have jobs.
You'd be surprised how many don't. But I think right now we're still going to be focused on jobs. And the other thing I'm going to be looking for is wages.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
we need to see wages pick up, especially faster than the pace of inflation.
And you want to see
get
that to see consumer
going.
spending going, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay, now, am I right when we were just talking with Jonathan, I made the point that even if the velocity of change is not all that dramatic, the trends are going in the right direction. As an economist, as somebody who follows this closely, what's your takeaway? Am I right?
Yeah, except obviously, they're already looking for the slowdown. They're hiring to be positive, but slower in January than in December. I actually think part of that's weather related, because December the weather was so mild that a lot of outdoor jobs that people would have not been working were still working.
Yeah.
And you're not going to see much effect
I'll
in
tell you one you
January.
can start plugging in for your numbers, right? This morning, American Airlines
Yeah,
crossed the
that's
tape. They're going to cut 15,000 jobs.
Yeah. Well, and we
So, I
already-
mean, there's your February estimates. Start plugging those numbers
Yeah,
in.
we already know that Wall Street is
Right.
not, if they're not laying off, they're certainly not hiring. Yeah, it's still really tough out there. And even the ISM number that you guys talked about earlier, the employment number was still positive, but it's not huge. And that's why I think you're right. That jobs is going to be the main political campaign
I know we have
issue.
to go here, but I mean, that's what kind of worries me. You talk about don't mix the velocity with the trend. The velocity is not much, and it has not been much this entire recovery.
Okay.
I'll put it in air quotes,
Yeah.
too. I mean, the velocity has not picked up. The longer that situation persists, the more vulnerable, to me, the economy is.
The classic explanation, though, is that the labor market is a lagging indicator, not a leading indicator, and you're always going to see things coming. But I completely agree with you. We've got a structural change in the economic recovery.
Right.
It's not your daddy's recovery.
Right, and I want to give the last word to Kathleen.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. We certainly haven't gotten those back-to-back big momentum GDP numbers or even employment numbers where we say, yeah, finally we're over the hump. But it comes down to, you're right, there are the reasons for this recession are the reasons why the recovery is just so sluggish. And it comes down to too much housing and the financial collapse.
Yeah.